What's up, guys? Zero here. Whipped up a little like a prediction format thingy going on these things, and what the groups are looking like. Now, with the groups, some of them aren't finished yet. Like Group South doesn't have too many games. Um, Second, just let me click on the first one. Where's that list? Yeah. So this is a few days old. A bunch of games were played since then, and I think the official deadline was tonight, but it might be extended for a week for the 31st end of March or something. Somebody was saying. I think Madgo was saying that in the general discussion. But anyway, we'll go back to where to go. This thing. How this all breaks down. So this is assuming placement in the groups, and this is how they all get placed from their placement in the groups, and then it goes into a bracket. So like red 1 would be red 1, red number 2 would be red number 2. So this is, I think, if it closed right now, I think this is pretty accurate for where people would be. If they leave it open for another week, a lot of things can change. Like South can change a lot. North, I don't think changes too much. West is, I think, pretty much set in stone, except for the last person. If it closed now, Stefan would get in. But if they can play for another week, then Ural, Gami, Soder could all get in there as well, depending on how their game is played out. And I actually don't know if Luke has secured his spot yet. But this is more like if the game's lasted, I think, another week, I think Luke would be on top because he doesn't have very many losses. So, yeah. So I think this is probably wrong, but it's probably close to how it would look like, depending on how the groups shake up. So this is what we would get. So Anethum, Echo, Serena, and me in the first group, red. Amanda, Marcus, Bod, Tara, Hammy, Earth, Vikok, Stefan, Luke, Spit, Madga, and Romex. So I think this is a fairly spicy group. Like Anethum could put up a good fight. I think Serena's decent. I mean, all of these people are decent. Like you didn't get here by not being decent, but yeah, this isn't. I think Echo's probably the strongest, then probably me, and Anethem's probably pretty close to me, and Serena's probably pretty close to Anethem. And in this group, this is a pretty spicy group because there's like no weak players at all here, and they're pretty close too. Like Bod, I think could win. He could win. Something that could happen. But I think Tara would win. That's who I have put down here. Blue one. Yeah, I think Tara, and then maybe Marcus because he has a slightly better faction than Amanda. And for here, I think this is a pretty clear Hammy and Earth, number 1 and 2. Although there's probably not that much of a difference between Hammy and Earth. And then here, this is a pretty spicy group. If this ends up being the way it all plays out, judging by the old rule format over here. Yeah, so probably Luke's favored, but like any one of these could take it. I have Madga put down, but I mean, that's just because Madga was a boss back in the past. So, but I mean, Spit could do it, Romex could do it. It's definitely winnable for either of them. And then, yeah, it could be different though, because Group South isn't very well played up, so all these numbers or names could change. So like, I could get Madga in my group, or whoever else. I could take a look at the participants of Group South again. Who is the who are the strongest people? Come on. There we go. That one. Hard to fight. So Terminator got to play. He's not been playing. You got to play. Alan's pretty good. You got to play too. They're both undefeated, but they only have 2 games, so it doesn't really matter. Biggest is playing. let's see who else. Yeah, Madga. Vikox is doing quite well, I think, in this group. I think he's winning. Because he beat Serena, and then he played a bunch more after this. But Serena got a couple of good wins as well. And I don't know how many people are going to be, how many of these scores are going to get thrown out. Like Chirimas, well, he played a decent amount, I think. But if there's a couple people that just played 1 or 2 games, then their scores are going to get thrown out, and that's going to shuffle everything again. So this could be the most volatile of these scores. So yeah, if this plays out the way I have it, like these are the groups. So this is my group. I'm gonna get third. That's pretty certain. But if it's first, second, third, fourth in these groups, then it's gonna go into this. And then if the people I think are gonna go first and second out of this, we get a bracket. So the bracket would be Echo against Magga, Tara against Earth, me against Hammy, and Luke against Marcus, which would be a sick bracket, I think. I would really like to have this bracket, especially because I'm in it. Then, that would be rough, though. Trying to beat Hammy and Luke in a row just to get to the finals, and then maybe lose to Echo. That would be rough. But, yeah, we'll see. Maybe Marcus can beat Luke. I think Echo's probably favored. Tara's probably slightly favored against Earth, but that's pretty close. Hammy's favored against me, and then Luke is favored against Marcus, but Marcus has a good faction. What does Hammy have again? Does he have the Germans? I think he does have the Germans. So I'd have to look into that again, the money difference between myself and the Germans. But first things first, I'm almost certainly getting third, I think. Unless some of the other people in the group play and shuffle things up a little bit. But I think even if they do play, we have 2 people that are inactive. Even if they do play, I don't think they're good enough to shuffle the group. I think they're just going to get beat by most people. And it's just going to remain like the way it is. The only thing is, if one of the Russian players can snag the 4th spot with activity. Yeah, so that's my lookings at the group. So it's not going to be easy for anyone. There's a lot of tough competition in here. But yeah, looking pretty spicy. I like the way it's shaping up. Alright, catch you guys later.